Hey guys, it's Marianna, and I know that I haven't posted it in a while, like probably like a month. And I know that that doesn't really matter because I'm pretty sure nobody watches my videos, but anyway, I know that I haven't posted in a really long time. And also, what was I even saying? I don't know, but I don't know if I sound sick. I might sound like I have a cold, but it's really just my allergies, I think, I hope. I'm pretty sure it's just my allergies, but anyway, so yeah, I haven't posted in a while, and I think the reason behind that is that I just had no idea what to post, and I'm not gonna lie and say that, oh, I was so busy, I didn't have time, because like I'm pretty chill. Everything is really chill right now, and I'm really happy that it is. It's just that sometimes, I don't know what to post, and I don't have any motivation, and I just want to lie down like all day, lie down in bed the whole day, and so yeah, that's why I haven't posted, but I'm back. I'm still awkward, so yeah. So, if you guys have seen in the title of this video, I'm gonna be talking about mental health. Things aren't normal right now, and I know that it's really hard to cope with that sometimes, and so I just wanted to share with you guys a few tips that have helped me through my harder days, I guess, and like my harder weeks. Especially this month, I don't know, like I don't know what's going on with myself, and I don't know, and I was just hoping that with these tips I could help other people. Before I get into any of those tips, I just want to let you guys know and remind you guys, because I know that it's really easy to forget, but all of your feelings are valid. I know that sometimes, well, for me at least, sometimes I could feel like I am not going through anything compared to what other people are going through, and I think that it's really important to remind ourselves that no matter what, you can't invalidate your own feelings. You're going through your own experiences, and just because someone is going through, is suffering, more than you are, it doesn't mean that you aren't suffering at all, and you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Just acknowledge your feelings, and yeah, I think that that's another reason that a lot of us feel bad about things, because we just think that we shouldn't be feeling this way, which makes us feel even worse because you get mad at yourself and you beat yourself up for that. So yeah, I'm just here to remind you that your feelings are valid. Whatever you're going through, don't compare it to other people. Everything that you are feeling is valid, and it's okay, and you will get through it, and do not beat yourself up for it. It's very human. You are human, and you should be proud of that. So yeah. With that said, let's just jump into the tips that I have for you guys. My first tip is something that I have been saying in several of my videos, and I know that it is getting kind of repetitive, but it's to have a schedule. The reason for this isn't always just, to be productive and everything. Sometimes a schedule is just, it gives you a routine, and it puts structure in your day, and so it doesn't feel like you're just floating around. And it's okay if you sometimes stray away from that schedule. I stray away from my schedule all the time. It's just important that once you notice that, and once you want to get back into the groove of things, you have that schedule to go back to. Aside from it giving structure in your day, you can have a separate schedule for your weekends and your weekdays, just so that you can differentiate that time, so that you remember to have time for yourself. Because I know that, especially in quarantine, and since we're doing school online now, it's really hard to set boundaries between work and home life. And so I think that it's really important to set that schedule, so that precisely you have a certain time to do school and you have time for yourself as well. My second tip for you guys is kind of related to that schedule, and which is to have a sleep schedule. You should fix the time that you sleep maybe a little bit earlier. And I know that this is a lot easier said than done, especially now since we have all the time in the world, and you can pretty much attend class and then just turn off your camera, turn off your microphone, pretend you're there, but you're actually still in bed. And I mean, honestly, sometimes I do that, but it's just better to sleep a little bit earlier and fix your sleep schedule, because like I said, there's structure, and you're also gonna feel a little bit less lethargic during the day. So regarding the sleep schedule, a bunch of my friends have asked me, and there's actually even one person who commented to make a video about sleeping early and how to sleep early, because a lot of people find that really hard to do. And I guess I can give you guys some of my tips to help you go back to a normal sleep schedule. So the very first thing to remember is that you shouldn't try to go from a 1 a.m. sleep schedule to a 10 p.m. sleep schedule like just in one night. If you normally sleep, for example, at 1 a.m., which is probably early for some of you guys, or maybe it's late, I don't know, for me that's really late, so I'm just using 1 a.m. as an example. So instead of just trying to sleep at 10 p.m. one night, you have to basically go to bed at 12:45. So just allot like 15 minutes each day. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier than your normal sleep schedule, and you can adjust these 15 minutes once you get used to them, or just weekly. So 1 week you go to sleep at 12:45, then the next week you start going to sleep at 12:30, and eventually you'll get to the time that you want. So this really isn't something that you're supposed to do overnight. It's really hard to do because when you go to bed and you just can't sleep, you get really frustrated, and then you just end up having a harder time sleeping. And so yeah, you have to go to bed like 15 minutes earlier than the time that you normally do, and that just helps a lot. The second thing that you can also do is kind of just try to stay away from screens. Although I know that that's really difficult, but it's out there. A lot of people say that you have to stay away from screens like an hour before bedtime, but honestly, who does that? But if you want to try it, because if you're desperate, then go ahead. Hopefully it works for you. I personally can't do that because that's all I do before I go to bed. But I've heard that it does help. Okay, so another issue is that sometimes you say like, oh, I go to bed early, but then I have such a hard time sleeping. And so for that, I actually had that problem in the past, and I did tweet out because I was getting so tired of not being able to sleep. So let me just read to you some tweets that my friends replied so that, I don't know, maybe they help you, because they definitely helped me during that time. So I tweeted, "Hi, does anyone have any tips for insomnia? I want to sleep." And so these are just some of the replies. And also, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me at AnnaEram56. I don't know why you'd follow me, but I don't know, we can be friends, we can DM, I don't know, just, okay. Anyway, the first tip that I got was try making your eyes tired by reading something a lot. If you have a drink that calms you down, you should try that, as long as there's no caffeine. And if all else fails, take your mind off sleeping, because sometimes your mind focusing on sleep is actually what keeps you up. And like I said, you just get frustrated with yourself and you have an even harder time falling asleep. So just get up and do something. Benadryl works so good. There are a lot of media stuff for that too. Meditation, podcasts, sleep playlists, ASMR if that's your thing. Oh, and reverse psychology yourself. Lay down, close your eyes, and without doing anything else, try to stay awake for as long as possible. It's scientific. And that has actually helped me when I try to stay awake. Because, like I said, it's all about the sleeping thing, and when you try to focus on sleeping, then you start thinking about that, then you get really frustrated about not being able to sleep. So yeah, it does help. Is taking a warm shower and making sure your head is colder than the rest of your body, like wearing a blanket, is a tip that I see a lot. Drinking something warm too. Chamomile makes you sleepy and decreases anxiety. Peppermint is more for your stomach, but works too. Lavender helps you relax, and green tea, that's decaf, should be fine too. Reading something boring is the best for me though. Try not to rely on supplements because you might get dependent on them. Try essential oils or TBH, anything lavender scented. If that doesn't work, try doing breathing exercises to calm yourself to sleep. The last one that I got is you can try essential oils. You can use it with a diffuser, massage your feet before going to sleep, or they even have it in capsules. 100% natural, does not create addiction or has side effects. So those are some things that you might want to look into when it comes to insomnia and just not being able to sleep even though you've been in bed for hours. I hope that those tips helped you. They definitely helped me when I was going through that, and I do tend to go back to them when there are nights that I can't fall asleep. So yeah. So my third tip for self-care is to do something that you enjoy, whether it's listening to music, writing music, art, reading a book. Now, I know that a lot of people say that I don't have time for that, you know, like my day is so full, that's exactly why I'm so stressed. I'm not saying that you should spend an hour or more doing these things and get really into it. Maybe just like, you know how you just start, I don't know, just doodle, or I don't know, just set aside 10 minutes at least in your day to do something that you enjoy, to take your mind off schoolwork, because yeah, you get focused on that too much, and in the end you realize that you can be spending your energy and your days doing other things that make you happy aside from just forcing yourself to do schoolwork. It really does help, so I highly recommend that. My fourth tip is kind of related, and that is to do something that you have been neglecting. Now, this doesn't have to be necessarily something that you really enjoy, but something that you just finally you're gonna feel so accomplished because it's been something that you've been putting off for the longest time. Like whether it's your chores or I honestly don't know, but for me it's normally my chores. Like I have to normally fix my closet and like make my bed. Sometimes I really just don't because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this, and I just go on with my day. But in the end, after doing it, I feel so accomplished and I feel like I can do anything. And so I think that that could help you just doing something that you neglect. My fifth tip for you guys is to spend time with your loved ones. And I don't just mean your family, because let's be real, sometimes you just want to get away from your family. But personally, I love being around my family. I see my grandparents weekly, and I know that not a lot of people can do that, and I'm really lucky that I get to see my grandparents every week. And the reason behind that is that I go over there so that I become like my grandmother's Zumba instructor, you know, so that she exercises. But yeah, I stay safe and it's all safe, so just don't worry about that. But yeah, spend time with your loved ones. It could even just be your friends and have a call with them or just chat with them. Honestly, any of those help, especially chatting with people that you haven't talked to in a while. My friends and I actually planned a Zoom call, and it's going to be like a breakout room. Well, it's Mystery Manila, but it's not really a breakout room. It's kind of role playing. I think that's the one that we chose. And yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be really fun, and that will take my mind off things for sure. And I know that I'm gonna have a great time because it's people that I haven't seen in such a long time, and I know that it's not the same as seeing them in real life, but it's definitely better than not talking to them at all, which is me because I'm really bad at keeping in touch with people. But yeah, just talking to your loved ones really reminds you that you're not alone and that things will get better, and that, you know, you have something to look forward to after quarantine because you're gonna get to see all your friends again. My sixth and final tip is just to, you know, reflect on your day and just be grateful. Now, I know that this is a lot easier said than done, but a practice that I have found that really helps me is that every single day, at the end of the day, I have a page in my bullet journal. If you've seen any of my bullet journal videos, I have a page where I just have to write down one thing, at least one thing that I'm grateful for in that day. Because sometimes days can suck, and having that page just reminds me, it forces me to think of something that I'm grateful for, and focusing on that makes my day a lot less bad. You know, it really helps. And I think that I got that idea from one of my friends because she showed it to me in her bullet journal, and I was like, that's genius. I need to incorporate that. And it has helped because there's this quote that I saw before, and it's really cheesy, but it's true. But it's that not every day is good, but there is something good in every day. And that simple thing that's good, even if it's the tiniest thing, just remembering it at the end of your day makes you think that, okay, maybe this day wasn't so bad. There was something good in it after all. You have to think, like, force yourself to think of at least one thing. And I swear, that has really changed my mindset, and it has helped a lot in my very bad days. So, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna get through this, guys, because this year's almost over, and you know, like, there's more stuff going on with the vaccine and everything, so we're almost there, guys. Almost. So close. Okay, so yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like. And if you want to see more things like this, or just like school related or song covers, I don't know, subscribe to my channel. I've never actually done this like serious ending, so I'm not gonna start now. So bye.